everybody, and welcome back to the FM23 save. Not FM24, as I called it in the last episode. It's FM23, and if you haven't guessed by the thumbnail and the title, this is a massive episode. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back. It is the Champions League final with Guiseley playing Everton, which is so weird because Everton finished 11th. At least we finished 3rd in the league. Our best season ever, easily. 3rd position, only 3 points off top, which is crazy, right? 79 points we got from 38 games. 82 points won the league from West Ham. They only had a 12 better goal difference than us. Only 3 points above us. It's annoying, to be honest, because this could be the year that we finish the whole thing. We could have won the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season, but the Premier League escapes us. But we have got to the Champions League final, which is awesome, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. Playing Everton, who are in 11th, but Everton are a little bit of a bogey team for us. We lost to them 2-1 in the AFL Cup 3rd round, where we played a pretty strong team, to be honest. They beat us there. We then played them in the league and beat them 2-1, which was nice, but it was an own goal in the 70th minute that got us the win. And then later on in the league, they beat us 2-1 again. So a 91st minute winner for them. Absolute nightmare. But yeah, games, look at this. I mean, who have we lost to this season? I think we've only lost 7 games. We lost to West Ham, which in arguably could be the title decider because they beat us by 3 points. But yeah, as you can see, lots of green on the board. It's been an absolutely fantastic season. Was there any Plymouth? We lost to Plymouth. Probably should have won that. Yeah, that's about it really. Plymouth is the only team we lost to that we probably should have beaten. The Champions League then. How did we get to the Champions League final? Well, we got there by playing some bloody good football, to be honest. From the round of 16 onwards, we got drawn against Union Berlin. We beat them 3-1 on aggregate. We then played Gladbach, beat them 2-0. Then played Man United in the semi-finals, where we went through on penalties. A 2-1 win away from home, a 1-0 loss at home, I think it was. Might have been the other way round. But yeah, then we won on a penalty shootout. Everton have gone through by beating Villarreal 5-4. They beat Milan 4-3. They beat Liverpool 3-2. And now they're playing us in the final. So they have some firepower, but they also are conceding quite a lot of goals. I mean, that would have been a hell of a Champions League semi-final, wouldn't it? The Merseyside derby. That would have been absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so we're going to be playing Everton in this one, and unfortunately we do have some injuries. The main one is Klingspor out with a twisted ankle. Means he's going to miss the Champions League final, which is really irritating. The other one, youngster Charlie Byrne. A lot of you pinpointed him as your favourite youngster to come through the intake. Damaged cruciate ligaments for 4 months, so not an injury you want one of your high potential young players to get, but hopefully he recovers from it and does well. So this, if we win today, it's ticking off one of the big things in this save. You need to win the Premier League and the Champions League, and if we win the Champions League, it's full on focus for the Premier League to try and win it before FM24 comes out. Now we are 13 days away from the FAF and the Champions League final, so if you're worried about some conditions, everyone will be fit and healthy for that. Yeah, Klingspor's out for another 3 weeks, so he is going to miss it. But everybody else, hopefully, is looking good. The semi-finals, we were without Andrew Neeson and without Phil Carney as well, and we still managed to get the wins and get through, which is really good. In terms of the schedule, we quickly touched on it before, but lots of green on the board. A few reds losing to some big teams: Chelsea, Liverpool again, West Ham, Man United on in the Champions League. Yeah, so it was, we won 2-1 at home, 1-0 away is what it was against the Champions League. But yeah, we lost to Real Madrid, we've lost to Everton, Chelsea in their 5-4, an absolutely barnstorming game. Tottenham beat us 4-0. So it's been a very good season. It's not been completely plain sailing, but obviously our best season in this whole save, because we've got to the Champions League final, not the season preview. I wanted to do stages. Yeah, so this year we've ended the season on 79 points. Last year, 79 points would have got us 4th. The year before that would have got us 3rd. The year before that would have got us 2nd. And the year before that would have got us 3rd. So it's quite consistently seeing like a 3rd place finish in terms of if we can get 79 points again. And I mean, luckily we're coming into the Champions League final on absolutely superb form as well. So goals wise, Crimson Warriors hit 40 this season, which is ridiculous. 24 for Jeff Hogg, 23 for Andrew Neeson. So our front three really having a good season there. Phil Carney, though, missing out on the goals this year because he's gone to left midfield. But assists, 20 assists for him. 18 for Aaron Gray on the other wing. And then 11 for each of the strikers as well. So lots of people chipping in with assists. Goals heavily dependent on Crimson Mori. But they are also being spread out. I mean, look at that. That's what, 40... That's 87 goals between our front sort of three players in this system, which is absolutely ludicrous. Average rating then, Mark Mead 7.6, but he's only played one game. But obviously, Crimson Mori is at the top of that list with a 7.56 average rating. 11 assists, 40 goals in 54 games is absolutely bonkers. It is. So basically what we're hoping for between now, we will give them a little day's rest, actually, just to give them, the league day's finished. We've got 13 days until we're actually playing next. So we'll give them a bit of rest. We will be back for the Champions League final, and that excites me to say that. I'm nervous, I'm excited. We're expecting Everton to play a park the bus approach, which has worked for them, clearly, this season. Managed by Nicolas Gonzalez, who was, I think, a left winger from Fiorentina in his career. Career stats. Yeah, Fiorentina, there he is. Signed to Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Napoli. So a very stellar career, and he's going to be taking his Everton team to the Champions League final, which is what we'll be back for in 13 days' time. See you then. So, but we've gone one day. I've been awarded Manager of the Year, which is nice. The first time I've ever won that as well. The Managing Director's happy, and we got Players in Team of the Year, which was Aaron Gray. Well done to him on the right wing. Here we are then. It's the day of the big game. Guiseley v Everton in Turkey for the Champions League final. Unfortunately, Eric Klingspor has been declared unfit for the game. He's not back in full training. He's not back at full condition. So he will be missing out. But I think this is our lineup. I think this is how we're going to be going for this one. Victoriano, El Tufe, Joseph, John Carpenter, Gray, Atliberge, Paz, Carney, Neeson, Hogg and Crimson Mori. Part of me is like, let's pop Alpha Coffin instead of Paz, but Paz is a bit more defensive. He'll give us that ability in defence, and I think that might help us out. I don't think we really need ball players in here. I think we need people that will be good or better defensively, allowing us to absorb their counter-attacks, because they're going to park the bus. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try and hit us on the counter. So I think that is what we're going to go with. We do have 3 more spaces on the bench as well. So, I mean, Michael Schmidt, you can go on the bench. We will put, Hamza Louis. Actually, put the youngsters on that have come through now. Kazushi can definitely go on the bench. And I feel like, although he's not going to come on, Klingspor can go on the bench because it's nice. And I feel like he's been a big part of this season. But yeah, into the tactical meeting, nothing to change here. Oh, we could start on balanced. No, we're going to try and take the game to them, I think, early on. We're going to start positive. We are going to start positive. That's the lineup. I'm nervous. We're going to get the music in a minute as well, which is just going to crank it up a little bit more as the teams are warming up. And Everton, don't know any of their players, do we? So it doesn't really matter. Point the finger. If you carry your last performance into today's match, you'll win that trophy. Yeah, the lineup hasn't changed, so that's what we'll go with. Make me proud. Make me proud. Here we go. There's Guiseley in there. What would be described as a 3-4-3, I think, in real life. Yeah, or a 3-4-1-2, and that is a 3-4-1-2, a 5-3-2, however you want to call it. Everton, it's done them all right this season. 11th isn't great for Everton, but this is there's an empty stand over there, which is annoying for a Champions League final. But there come the 2 teams, Everton in blue, Guiseley in white. There are the posh seats. Imagine having one of those. They look lovely, they do. But yeah, we just need to make the most of this opportunity. Attack this guy at corners. He's tiny. If he's defending, get around him. Right, we need to get into extended highlights, lower the speed. It's time for the Champions League final, as Sampaio just stands on the ball and takes his time. See, no real urgency from Everton, and they've been caught in the middle. Atliberge tries to put that ball through first time to Jeff Hogg, but didn't quite work. El Tufe out to Gray, into Atliberge. There's Paz. We've given him the nod for today's game. Neeson, Carney, Jeff Hogg. Oh, good tackle. Carney picks it up, sensibly keeps the ball. John Carpenter out to Atli Berge. Atli Berge shot from range is blocked and it's cleared away. And you can see Everton keeping the two players high up the pitch. It's going to be their sort of their game plan is going to be to fire it long to them. I can't imagine them doing anything else. It's what they did in the league season. They sit deep. They fire it long and try and hit you on the counter. Atli Berge into Gray. Gray cuts back to El Toufe. Joseph. We can keep working this left if we need to. Atli Berge, it's a block and that's great work from Paz. That's why we put him in. Mawson, Mori, Neeson. Oh, unlucky. That's why Joel Paz is in the team to win that ball back higher up the pitch if we can. It's a good start from Guiseley. We'll just give them some encouragement as we go into the next 10 minutes of this half. Gray, throw into Crimson Mori, back to Gray. Is John Carpenter going to get on this? He brings it down, not got too many options, and he's actually done really well to hold on to that. Atli Berge, back to John, over the top looking for Neeson, flicks it on with a header, but it's not the best effort. I think he was offside as well, but an easy save for Daniel in goal for Everton. He goes long with a big kick. That should be easy for El Toufe, but Atli Berge takes control. Gray holds it up. Back to El Toufe. El Toufe into Atli Berge. Here is Gray. Gray, that's a good ball to pick out Paz. Paz goes over the top. Jeff Hogg couldn't quite get there. Villaboas goes back to Daniel again. And I think he's just going to go long with this kick once more. Just under 15 minutes gone in the Champions League final. John Carpenter, Hughes picks up the loose ball. Over the top. Pereira's got in behind John. It's a lovely first touch. Pereira's in. It's 1-0 Everton. And it's just that ball over the top. And I think John Carpenter should have done a bit better. No offence, John. Good header for the first one. Switches off a little bit. Doesn't get goal side. Nah, Pereira's just good. It's a wonderful first touch from Pereira. And Victoriano beating at his near post, which is very, very annoying. Their first real chance of the game in a game we've been dominating. And Everton do classic Everton in this series, which is just hit it long. It's very irritating, and now they're like shutting the game down. You can tell there's no highlights or anything. Corner. If we can get one back from a set piece, I'll be delighted. Gray swings it in. Oh, John Carpenter's going to attack it. There is Senior, who is that tiny player. Under pressure, he's cleared it away to Hernani. Hernani just goes back towards Room into Strkic. Puts it up towards Zorowski. There's a bit of space on the left. Villalobos gets in, ball across. Oh, Victoriano just managed to pick out the save, but yeah, it's Pereira, isn't it? Pereira's causing the issues right now. I'm not too sure what we can do with him because I don't want to tightly mark an advance forward because then they spin off you. But what we could do is try and just force them to play for the last, 5 minutes of this half. We're going to do that. And we're basically going to try and squeeze them in because they've got so many numbers back. It's dangerous with an advance forward against us, but if we can squeeze those lines up and not even let them out. Yeah, they did get into it a little bit more at the end. 1-0 down at half time. I want a much better display, boys. Much better display, please. And I think I just don't want to risk it, right? Mid block. We'll still press them a lot. Don't step up. Let's get stuck in. We've only got one yellow card. Let's go in and get in their faces a little bit more. Maybe we drop to balanced. Maybe it's not going to... Our line won't be so high. Balanced is normally how we play this system in big games or against big teams. So let's have a look. And, we have got Alphakoff on the bench we can bring on for a bit more ball playing ability. Carney brings it forward over the top, looking for Crimson Mori. 40 goals this season. Everton are keeping him quiet in the final so far. Atli Berge goes to the right-hand side. It's a good tackle from Hughes. It's a throw-in, and I was hoping that the highlight might continue because we're good from throw-ins. Normally, it's a quick 1-2, back post, John Carpenter with a big head. El Toufe, John Carpenter. Need the midfielders to show. There we go. Joel Paz comes and shows. Out to Carney. Now, who's got the runners in behind? Carney gets round one. Puts it over the top to Neeson. He's in behind. He can square this. Neeson, he's taken too many touches. Should have been just an easy square pass, and he didn't do it. Sampaio into Strkic, into Hernani. Robbed by Neeson. Jeff Hogg. Good turn. Back into Neeson. Neeson! It's a goal! Come on! I was just about to have a right go at you, Andrew, but you've turned up with a goal in the Champions League final. 1-1. Come on. We're not out of this. We're in it. We're firmly in it. It was great work there as we were tracking back. Joel Paz put him under pressure. Neeson nicked the ball. Jeff Hogg just turned, flicked it back through to the on-running Neeson, and he's fired that in with his right foot. 1-1 in the Champions League final. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why is this so nervous? Senior with the throw. In it goes to Pereira. Pereira back to Thomas. Back to Senior again. Looks to cut inside to Strkic. Strkic goes back to Thomas. Thomas, long ball out to Villalobos, who we do give up space on the side. El Tufe with a good tackle. Clears it away. Neeson brings it down. He just needs to keep the ball. That's good. Back to Carney. Carney comes forward with it. He's robbed by Hernani really easily, to be honest. Thomas brings it out from the back. That crossfield pass onto Villalobos again. Down the line, Zaraski's got the wrong side of El Tufe. El Tufe blocks the cross, not once, but twice. He can't do it a third time. Hughes is on the edge. Villalobos has picked it up. That's a really good block from Aaron Gray, but we do get a free kick for offside from Pereira as he went to move towards the ball. 55 minutes gone. John Carpenter up the line to Jeff Hogg. Back to John. John cuts infield out to Gray. Oh, Gray, you've got to go to the ball, mate. Atliberge robs him. Neeson from range. It's over the bar. It's over the bar. 55 minutes gone. We've got El Tufe on a yellow card, but highlights suggest he's playing well. 57 minutes, and it's a good header away, I think, from Andrew Neeson in there. Villalobos puts it back in. Gray with a diving header to clear it. Hernani back to Senior. Sensibly, they leave the smallest man back, and he's gone all the way back to his goalkeeper. It's a good bit of pressure from Guiseley. Sampiero tries to play that into space. I think that Villalobos is going to get that, and he does. First time cross. Zarafsky straight at Victoriano. Good hands, good save. And he holds on well, and I think we'll be looking at some fresh legs. Now, I don't like the fact he's on a yellow card, but we might just have to live with it. No one's really knackered, but we are going to do Joel Paz off for Alphakoff. It was a good... Joel Paz did well in the start, but I think Alphakoff on for his passing ability. We'll just encourage them again, see what we can do. We are now past the 60-minute mark. He's just got so much fitness. That's the problem. He's got so much fitness. He's the fittest centre-back we've got out there. Right, Atliberge off. And it's going to be Matthew Bissett. I really want to bring Klingspor on, but I know he's got his injury. Sod it. I've said he's coming on. He's coming to the bench as a bit of a make weight, good luck message, get a medal if we win. But he's on, and we're going to see how he does. And we've got an injury to Neeson. That is not good. That is really not good. That is not good. That is not good at all, because he is key to how we play. Now, we could bring on Bissett and push Alphakoff up here, but I think I'm going to go for something a little bit more attacking. Joe Page is nervous, so he's not going to come on. In fact, all the youngsters are nervous. Ben Campbell-Scholes, Michael Schmidt. Michael Schmidt is the one who can play that role the best. Is it calling out for a youngster to make their name? Joe Page would go on the left. Crimson Mori could go into shadow striker. Determination 10. Determination 11. Kenneth Harve is another one we could potentially bring on. Determination 18. He's not going to give up, is he? Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is not an injury we needed. I think I go with my instinct, which was Joe Page. Joe Page on. Carney goes basically up front through the middle, and Crimson Mori sits in the shadow striker role. It's a big ask for Joe Page, this. Coming on as a youngster in the Champions League final. 15 minutes to go. We've only used 3 subs. Phil Carney's a little bit tired, actually. So I think we will bring on Schmidt on. Oh, we've made all of our subs because we've done it in 3 blocks, haven't we? Damn it, we're going to have to wait until extra time. if we get there. Free kick to Everton. Pereira swings it in, headed away. Hughes picks up the loose ball. And it goes to Thomas. Lays it back to Sturkic. Costa runs down the left. Nothing silly. Good tackle from Klingspor with his bad ankle. And he clears it away, but it's not a good pass. Senior is there. Back to Costa. Back to Senior again. Everton trying to draw us out for that ball over the top. You can just feel it. Room into Thomas. Thomas to Hernani. Bit of space on the right for Soudani. Soudani comes down that right-hand side. We've got numbers in there. We should be able to deal with this. Zarafsky with a header. Easy for Victoriano. Again, it's going to have to be a wonderful header from that sort of range to score. 10 minutes ago. Corner. Alfakov. He's on the pitch and he is our best corner taker at the club. Alfakov swings it in. Soudani heads it away. Klingspor will keep this alive. Alfakov does get back onside. He lays it low. El Toufe! Oh my God, you do not want a centre-back there to take that shot, but it's a blocked. It's a corner. I'm just wondering if we can... It's a bit congested in there, isn't it? Can we mix this up as someone goes in front of the goalkeeper? Alfakov swings it in. John Carpenter! I thought that was going to be it. Klingspor keeps it alive again. He puts a cross back in. El Toufe! Oh my word. John Carpenter to keep it alive. Klingspor. Alfakov. Can he swing it in? It's a good tackle from Senior on him. Alfakov puts it in. Looking for Joe Page. Soudani's there to head it away. And Graciano's flicks it on as well. We have got Gray back there and he puts in a superb tackle and wins a free kick as well. And I think we are looking a little bit congested. When we get those set pieces on attack, let's pull... I want to pull someone out. Let's just see if that pulls a man away from out of the centre for them defensively. Sometimes it can help. Joseph. Into Klingspor. Back to Joseph. El Toufe. Had that yellow card for a long, long time. Joseph. Out to John. Up the line to Crimson Warrior. This is nice. Over the top looking for Carney. It's flicked back to the goalkeeper. Daniel's on it. Joseph is knackered at centre-back. And that is something I'm very concerned about. Headed away. Strikic goes over the top. El Toufe into Joseph. Joseph. Out to the left to Joe Page. Alfakov. Crimson Mori. Good football. Over the top. Carney. Carney's in. On the volley. He's hit the bar. Oh my word. He's hit the bar. That could have won it for Guiseley. That could have won it for Guiseley. It's a lovely ball from Crimson Mori. Alfakov has overrun it, but he's won it back. Crimson Mori again. Alfakov comes forward. Klingspor. Hopefully he's not worried about that bad ankle. Hughes is a long way out. We've got men back to try and help. Hughes puts it across. Pereira blocked, and John Carpenter will clear that one away. Hughes is there, flicked on. It's flicked away from Joseph. Alfakov, Crimson Mori. Good volleyed pass out to Gray. Oh my God, time is ticking down. 90 minutes. 5 minutes of time added on. It's gone to extra time. It's gone to extra time. It's so even. It's so close. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm going to Matty Target. I'm just going to Matty Target. Right, we need some subs on, don't we? Hopefully we can still make all these subs. Right wing, Aaron Gray off. Supreme Dave is going to come on for you there. And I really should take John off, shouldn't I? John Carpenter off for... Well, Phil Lewis has been doing a good job. We're gonna go for Xavi Edwards and then switch you two round. Can we make another sub? It's a risk. We can make another sub. El Toufe goes into the middle. Phil Lewis goes onto the left. Xavi Edwards on the right. We're basically... used all our subs to bring on fresh legs at the back to try and deal with that ball over the top. Ooh, it's a risk. It's such a risk. Lots of changes for Guiseley. Lots of youngsters now on the pitch as well, as they've gone long, and it's a good first header from Phil Lewis playing with a Mohawk in the cup final as Pereira swings it in. I don't like this position. He's put it wide. He's put it wide. Encourage them. I know we've got youngsters on the pitch, but we can do this. Supreme Dave. Klingspor, good first touch. Turns his man. Klingspor with a bad ankle. Oh, Crump gets it away. And we're 2-on-2 at the back. He's offside, ref. He looked offside. Pereira definitely looked offside there. His shot is blocked really well by El Toufe. The ref obviously wasn't offside. But I don't like... We've brought on so many youngsters. We have to. We had to. Our defence was absolutely shattered. Pereira, ball in. Victoriano comes a long way and claims it. Does really well. And we're still going in the Champions League final. Free kick. Crimson Mori. Crimson Mori! Oh! Oh, it's so tense. It's so tense. Sarkanji with a free kick his own. They've hit the bar on themselves this time. Both teams hitting the bar on the rebound. Sudani. Pretty much an open goal. Just fired it wide. Terrible technique from the winger for Everton. Crump. There's tired legs out there now. We just did nothing silly. El Tufe clears it away. Sudani. Back into the area. Alfakov clears it. Crimson Mori. Don't lose it there. It's a woeful shot from Hanani. It is very much all Everton right now. We can't get out. The youngsters at the back are struggling a little bit. But it's extra time at half time. I'm just wondering if we change. Carney's a little bit tired and we're asking him to do all the running in behind. I'm wondering if we just get him to be the complete forward for a bit. Drop back, try and get on the ball. Put Jeff Hogg. That's a good ball. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? Crimson Mori has so many goals this year. We're going with this. We're going Jeff Hogg in shadow striker. Crimson Mori, where he's got most of his goals, is advanced forward. He's got quite a few in the complete forward role as well. But long ball forward. It's flicked on. Pereira couldn't do too much with it other than flick it wide. Senor is in. Oh, it's a penalty, isn't it? Klingspor with his bad ankle. It's so obviously a penalty. Unless he's dived, but it looked like a penalty. It's a penalty. Come on, Victoriano. If we've ever needed a big save from you, it's right now. Sarkanji. Oh, he's fired it in the bottom corner. It's absolute heartbreak. It's absolute heartbreak for Guiseley. There's 13 minutes to go. I'm not watching that penalty again. There's 13 minutes to go. I don't know what to do. We've got to just go for it, right? We've got to go for it. We've not really been in this position that much this season of needing goals. Carney hasn't shown up for the final. 6.3. Sudani heads it away. We've got a high chance of conceding a goal on the counter here. Good header from Phil Lewis. Joe Page puts it into the middle towards Klingspor, but he's lost out. Maybe it was a mistake bringing him on with that slight knock. Sakanji's in. He's already scored a penalty and he's scored his second. He scored his second. It was always going to happen on the break. And it's like Newcastle all over again in the Europa League final. We just don't have the fitness to get through this much football. I just don't know what else we can do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there is much more you can do with this. This little time to go. Crimson Mori from range. It's past the post. Keeper had it covered. Everton are going to win the Champions League. If you look at the game, they probably deserve it, but it's absolute heartbreak. Extra time again. And I feel like the subs I had to do. Maybe Klingspor was a mistake, but he's done well. He's put a good ball through there to Crimson Mori. Jeff Hogg. This will make it interesting. Jeff Hogg. It's over the keeper. It's off the line from Crump, who's a fucking wish list trump, isn't he? Everton win the Champions League. It's all over. So close. So close. Oh, I don't know why the music cut out. Maybe it's because I didn't win. But the music cut out. I had nothing to do with that. Unacceptable. It's not unacceptable, is it? It's not unacceptable. I can only sympathise. I can only sympathise. Fuck's sake. There's Everton celebrating. It's a loss. In the chat. I mean, we didn't win the Europa League final on the first time of asking. We haven't won the Champions League final on the first time of asking. Ugh. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted.